So today we are presenting to you our movie, which is named Sorry. I'm Joachim, I'm the director of the movie.
Hello, I am Roxane, I am the artistic director of the movie and also production assistant at What, if you know it.
Before telling you about the story of the movie, I have a much more intimate story to talk to you about, which is the story of my mother. My mother comes from Ivory Coast, where she lived a part of her childhood. But my grandfather died there, and as a child she had to go live in France. But when she did, no one told her that she was going to live there. They was going for vacation for her. So it was an important part of my life, and it was something that stick with her, so that stick with me too. So for the project Genesis, I wanted to make an adult movie about World War One, and precisely on Western African people who were colonized and forced to go in war for France. But when I did it, it was quite boring because all of the war movie has been done, or there are so many incredible movies about that, and I didn't know how to do what I wanted to do, and as a student it was a bit complicated. But what I tried to do was concentrate all of the movie on on the idea of uproot and identity. And we've done that through the symbolism of mask. I'll talk to you with the pitch. So, Sorry is a young dancer from the BLA people, which is people from Ivory Coast. At a ceremony, he received a sacred mask, and with it, he go to perform a dance to all his villages. Soon after that, he has to go to war for France, and he is now torn from his homeland. So in the trenches, he is forced this time to wear a gas mask, and is now ready to give the assault. The assault starts, and boom, he's struck by a shell. Gladly he survived, but not so gladly he is left with a big scar, like he don't have the half of his face. And for that, they give him a prosthetic mask who have the features of a white man face. So half of his face is now the face of a white man, and half of his face is his original face. So with his new face, he don't know if he can go to home, and he will decide to go and work in a factory. And when he is there, he has an alienating routine. He started to lose himself, and one day, at the end of his work in the locker room, he look at himself, and he see a bit of black grease on his mask. He start to clean it, but it start to spread. And then, in an act of desperate, he take the black grease on his shoe, on all of his stuff, and start to recover all of his mask as the same as he would do for his identity, and try to reclaim it. So that's it for the speech. And what what was really important for me is that it had to be done in animation for so many reasons, and I will let now our artistic director and my friend Roxane talk you about it.
Hello. Yeah, so for this movie we chose to have a painterly look in which we will have every shot that should be seen as a painting themselves. And what paintings would like to represent are the psyche of the character Sorry, because as he is being really torn from his people and from his land, he will be injured during the war, but also psychologically, because he loses his identity. So this is why with our painterly effect, we'd like to really push it. Oh, sorry. We'd like to push it and have you know, the brushstrokes going over the edges. And as the movie is going by, you have the brushstrokes that go more and more messy and blurrier because it represents really the broken part of him in his psyche. So every asset is painted by hand in a gouache style, and we have the brushstroke effect done in compositing that evolves during the movie. For our proportions, the edges are really sharp to really make it clear for us that the brushstrokes are really going far from the assets. Also, for the concept arts, so we really had a work of research in history and also physiognomy, because as Sori is from West Africa, we had to study the shapes of his face, but also for the other villages, and because we really wanted to make the prosthesis from a white man really at the opposite of his face. So this is why you can see that the lips and the nose and the eye don't match on his face, on the concept. And also we did a lot of researches, historian ones, for the attires, because as he was an African soldier, he doesn't have the same coat as the French soldiers that you see on the trenches. But also for the dance part in the beginning of the movie, when he's in his land in Ivory Coast, you have different types of costumes that we really look for what to look. So yeah. Also, for this movie, the colors were really important to us because it takes a huge place in the plot part, because in the beginning, Sori is being at home in his home paradise, so the colors are really vibrant, really saturated and warm as well. And when he's being really, when he's taken by force to go in the trenches, you have more of grayish and bluish tones that really brings the cold atmosphere on the movie, and the fact that he's being lost in the war and losing a bit of himself.
So, for our milestone, where are we on the movie? You can see that right now we are at Annecy, and in some months we will have the teaser that's finished in 1 month, exactly. So we are approximately at the middle of the production, and the project will finish in February of 2026.
And for the organization part, our class is made of both artists, 3D artists, and production manager students. So we have made a role-play studio for the whole class, because we are all working on 2 movies at the same time. And this is the organization chart of Sorry the movie, but we are like the double of this number of people on both projects.
Yeah, our name is Doxical. You can see my merch right now. I'm probably wearing it. And yes, thank you for listening to us today. You can see all of what Doxical does. Go check on it. This is an order, not... No, I'm joking. But yeah, go see it. It's really interesting. And for the last point, what I wanted to say is that this is not a movie about colonialism.
50 seconds.
Neither racism. It is a movie about someone who is facing a lot of challenge in his life and try his best to recover, reclaim his identity. Thank you for listening.
You start. Okay. I really love the opening of your pitch. You give me the page called Project Genesis. It's about this, it's about that, it's about that. That's beautifully strategically done. It's so clear. It's brilliant. You know, when you see that, you know the production team has everything in control. It's a wonderful opening.
Can I just jump in, because
Sure.
it's about the opening. We could go through the thing. Something wonderful happened here, a magic moment which I love. He started to talk, and every 10 seconds there was like and then suddenly he was totally in his story, the whole background of the film. There was no more and then he believed in it. And I was watching you and the audience, and everybody was really, really into it. So this is fantastic. So it's sometimes if you have this problem of don't worry about it. If you believe in the thing, it's going to go away by itself. Because I was writing and I started counting them, and then suddenly I said, what happened? This is beautiful. Okay.
They don't use cue cards, so they speak from their mind, from their memory, from their heart. That's something I like. No, I use it. I don't call that. Excuse me. We don't call that a cue card. That's your kind of like what's you call that? Quotation. Like just a few lines remind you the whole structure of your pitch. It's not cue card. So they were not reading anything. They are speaking from their heart. But that's the problem. Then English is not your first language, and you have a lot of but what you can do is practice again and again, and make people even feel like you are more comfortable, and you believe in this project, and you make us believe it. One of the things I want to mention is the title, because sorry is a word, sorry, right?
Yeah,
It's so similar to another very common universal word called sorry,
yeah.
right? So that's something. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I have a friend. She's at the Illumination. She made a film called Rabbits, and the film is about rabbits. So people keep telling her, "Your title page is wrong. It's rabbits. You wrote rabbits." I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just telling you it's something. Keep confusing us for a few times. Finally, oh, that's that guy's name.
Okay, I'll jump in here. What I really like about this project is that it came from a personal experience, okay? Then you came to a concept, and the concept is very, very clear. It's, black, white, two face, two personality, two things, a lot of things. And that has a lot of potential, okay? So that was very good, because you really came from a personal story, and you have a concept which is very, very simple. And what we say always, it has legs. So I could see it as a series, because this is like
Or a long film.
or a long film or whatever, but it has more than a short film.
Yeah.
So this is very good because it comes from you. It's a very clean concept, and then you went there. What I did not like is that you excuse and said at the end, oh, it's not about colonialism, and all the political correct. Don't say anything. We understood that. We were with you.
Okay.
We understood you were not. So do not apologize and don't say, this is not what it is. The worst teachers are the people who say, you should not do that. Don't do that.
Mm.
You know what's going to happen? You're going to do it. Of course you're going to do it. So don't apologize. No apologies, okay?
Okay.
I like the Q code, the scan at the end. This is very practical. Everybody does that. So do that, use that. That was a detail.
Yeah. I told the Taiwan pavilions over in the MIFA booth, I told every picture, I said, put QR code on it, put QR code on it. I think you guys did it without us telling, so it's very, very nice. That's one of the things people can find you. They took a photo, they will never lose the contact with you. One of the things I want to mention it, there's one part you were talking about his mask. One side is a white man's mask, the other side is true him.
Yeah.
I keep thinking, I want to see it.
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
The next page he has it.
Yes. And
Are you kidding me?
Right. And we wait.
Where's the
Everybody was waiting for it.
beautiful
Where
impact?
is the picture? Where is the picture?
Yeah, you totally, and he has a picture afterward, like you totally waste a visual impact. You know, that's the moment you will shock everybody.
Okay.
So pull that one up.
Because in a pitching session, it's like a dramaturgy, so you have like up and down, and you build up to that. You were there, and everybody was reaching, and he has half of the face is gone and there is a mask.
The best way.
And you just have to hammer it. And when you say that, the person responsible for click, just click and bang is the
You
visual.
started prescribing it and it showed. You
Okay.
will imagine the visual impact on us. Okay, don't forget that.
So visual dramaturgy of the words, but the visual, it have to combine together. The slide has to come at the right time, not too late, okay? Very easy, very important, visual people all together. Something else?
No, I like it.
I like it
I
too.
remember it.
All right, a big round of applause.
Thank you.